There is nothing like working on a high-performing team. Great teams share three common characteristics. The first one is a great team has a shared fate. Hopefully you're like many of my clients, they're seeing an uptick in cause and purpose, and they're rallying around a shared purpose right now. If yours doesn't, it's time to create a shared fate. What is your purpose as a team, and are we rallying around the shared fate? So a great exercise for this, get an easel, get a whiteboard. The purpose of our team is to create X, Y, and Z. And then underneath that, if we create X, Y, and Z, so that A, B, and C occur, the outcomes. So the purpose of your team is to, so that X, Y, and Z happens. Create a great outcome. Number two, make sure you're using each other's strengths to the greatest of your ability. My guess, if you're a CEO and you're watching this, you're probably great at innovation, maybe great at strategy, maybe great at people, but you probably aren't good at process, or vice versa. Make sure you get a process leader on your team to ensure your team has all the right players. Don't go out to the baseball field with only the catcher, only the third baseman, or only the outfielder. You need all the position players to have a great team, so have great strengths represented on your team. And if you need another one, recruit the right person to fill the seat you need on your team. So know your strengths. And number three, make sure your team has high accountability. Right now, working from home sees accountability dropping. In fact, we're seeing a lot of our clients like, oh, I don't know if we've done anything for 6 weeks. Well, they've lowered the accountability because they're seeking to extend grace. The grace is good, the accountability can exist at the same time. How are you doing? How are you managing things? That shows grace. How's that report coming along? You mentioned you would do this last week. What prevented that from happening? So accountability needs to happen at the same time. Accountability is just upholding performance standards. If your team doesn't have standards, set them. If they're not being upheld, uphold them. How do you uphold them? Have the meeting, ask them for the report, make sure they're checking updates, and make it happen. Have a shared fate, utilize strengths, and raise accountability to be a great team.